Really quick, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, Ageless Glow. I've been using this stuff for the past almost 2 years now, and this stuff fits in my regimens, either skin and before makeup, and this stuff really smooths out my skin, it reaffirms it, and it really preps, when we're talking about makeup, it really preps my skin before makeup really, really well. You guys can get it at glowwithnatalie.com and try this stuff out and make your skin feel great. glowwithnatalie.com. Muchachos y muchachas, what's going on, guys? I hope you are well. Recently, we have been digging into this allegation scandal with Miss USA, something that leadership did not want to touch, in which somehow this information fell in my lap. Some people who were just trusting a stranger on YouTube to expose and uncover all this. And, I feel honored to have been the person that they were open to and giving me all the content to expose all these allegations with Miss USA. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, go back to the video Miss USA Scandal as well as Bombshell Call. I'll link them both in my description below if you want to check those out. That's going to add a bunch of context, and believe me, if you are a longtime follower here on this channel, this is a victory for all of us, because without your attention, none of the pressure would have been created. So thank you. I appreciate everybody watching this. So anyway, with that being said, yesterday I released the Bombshell Call, in which you hear a meeting being conducted in which it seems to be that allegations of which we have talked about have been addressed on this call in a very unethical, in my personal opinion, a very unethical way, corporately. Now, ever since that, overnight, there were some statements that were released. I'm going to read the first one, is released by Miss Universe organization, and I'm going to give you guys my commentary on that. Where it says, we are aware of the concerns that have been brought forth by this year's Miss USA contestants. We commend the women for bringing these issues to our attention and will always be an organization that encourages women to use their voice. We firmly believe everyone has a right to express their thoughts and experiences without retaliation and bullying. There are existing systems in place to ensure the fairness of our national competitions. As such, we have begun an active review into this situation. Now, I will mention that I'm not quite sure which situation they're overviewing, either the alleged rigging or the alleged allegations that, again, we broke on this channel, okay? This was an open secret within Miss USA organization, but it was never brought out to the public until now. So, with that being said, I don't know which situation exactly they're reviewing, either the rigging or the allegations, but I'm glad that there is at least some national spotlight on something going on within Miss USA. Now, here is the thing that came out yesterday that absolutely snatched my wig, was a release to state directors in which an email states, update directors, next step Miss USA. Hello, state directors. Excuse the late email, but we are trying to keep everyone updated as best we can. After thorough deliberation, Miss Universe organization has decided to suspend Miss Brand immediately. Miss Universe organization will be taking over the Miss USA program while a comprehensive third-party investigation is conducted. The investigation will be led by law firm Holland & Knight, and the findings will be used as a basis for the appropriate action. We are appreciative of the cooperation we've seen from Miss USA Director Crystal Stewart as we work through the process. We know you agree that our commitment to our contestants and fans is our priority, and we will keep them top of mind as we all move forward. Over the weekend and early next week, we will be carving out how this transition will work. We are moving as quickly as possible while also following protocol. And thank you in advance for all your cooperation during this process. More information to come. Thank you, Amy and Paula. Okay. Now, so let's actually go. I wanted to give you guys that so that way the anxiety would not, kind of peak. So I wanted to give you guys the statements first. So I do want to go back to the first statement, in which I do want to pick apart the Miss Universe release statement, in which Again, this was very vague. It doesn't give us exactly what type of review or what they are looking into, because the contestants that I've seen on social media have been very vocal about several topics. And again, like this, all of it is just so strange that this comes from Miss USA. There was a lot of like lack of security for the girls or for the young ladies, right? The women out there, the contestants. Like, first of all, there was a lack of security for the contestants. There were allegations of, strange men coming around them. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the contestants. They'd be around scenes of parties, and then all of a sudden there would be men just kind of having their opportunity to be around them. So, I mean, it goes on. So first I want to touch on the Miss USA statement here, because it just is so vague. It doesn't give us the exact reason of why they are, doing a review. Once again, I haven't touched the rigging allegation. I don't know that I will on this channel until it seems like a great opportunity to cover it if it connects, right? My biggest platform was the misconduct and the allegations that were never touched and the injustice that was being done to contestants. That's stuff that comes priority to me. So just FYI, but I do suspect that maybe there might be a connection, but I don't know that for sure. Now, the wording in this statement that caught my eye, and which was wording that I actually included in one of my recent videos, the bombshell phone call, in which it was alleged Crystal Stewart, she was addressing the allegations against her husband, Max Seabricks, in which I said in a statement where I commented rather that it seemed to be that there is an open opportunity for retaliation if she is the one addressing the allegations of her husband for the rest of the staff or the rest of her downline, right? State directors and vendors, whoever was on this call, leaders, so forth. Now, they say, we firmly believe everyone has the right to express their thoughts and experiences without retaliation and bullying. There are existing systems in place to ensure the fairness of our national competitions, and as such, we have begun active review into the situation. So I find that curious, because was there ever a system in place to take concerns, as I know that there were, individuals that submitted concerns to leadership, and nothing was done until they started getting called out in the open. So that's curious to me as to how those systems were in place back when those concerns were first taken to them. Okay. Now let's go to the state director's email, which, by the way, guys, I feel like this is such a big victory for us. Once again, I thank you so much for your support, because if it weren't for you watching and, spreading this news and keeping a keen to the situations in our society like this, where power dynamics like to take advantage of, people, then there wouldn't be pressure out there for people to feel. Okay, back to the state director's email. Let's go to the first sentence. After thorough deliberation, Miss Universe organization has decided to suspend Miss Brand immediately. Guys, remember that Miss Brand is owned by Crystal Stewart and Max Seabricks. Remember, I covered that in the first video exposing all this Miss USA scandal. I went through the whole organizational structure for you guys to understand. So they are suspending that parentage company that had licensing rights over Miss USA and Miss Teen USA. And then it goes into Miss Universe organization will be taking over the Miss USA program while comprehensive third-party investigation is being conducted. Now, I'm curious about this investigation, because I know that we see that there were leadership positions that had some form of communication. They knew about what was going on. They knew that these allegations were out there, right? So I have a curiosities as to how Miss Universe will proceed forward with this, how they will address themselves, because like this shouldn't just go away. They need to add, like I've been saying in the past videos, you need to address it. Hopefully, I'm optimistic that they will address it after an investigation is done. I don't know if a law enforcement investigation is also included in this or what. I'm not quite sure what kind of investigation they're running, but once again, it is my hope and my optimism that Miss Universe will do the right thing by addressing the allegations to the public. Now, the next statement that I find interesting is this one right here, where it says, "We are appreciative of the cooperation we've seen from Miss USA director Crystal Stewart as we work through the process." Now, here's my question, because they still call her the Miss USA director. I know that the first sentence did address that it's going under the Miss Universe organization. I don't know that that means that Crystal Stewart is completely transitioned out. We're going to have to wait and see for updates. But going back to that statement that there is cooperation between the investigation and the transit, or I don't know if it's an investigation with her, so I can't say that, but there's a transition that's happening, and they're saying that Crystal Stewart is cooperative with it, which to me, once again, speaks a lot of volume. Why exactly is she being cooperative? What exactly did they uncover that they immediately snatched Miss USA brand away from her? And I'm going to just go based off of speculation, her husband to Max Seabricks. All of this is just awaiting more information, guys, but I did want to bring you that victory update that there is some spotlight, there is some recognition going on within Miss USA. Once again, I have to thank you so much for your support. I know that you guys are not used to this type, you know, I guess it is the same type of content, except this one actually provoked some sort of action, I assume, I think, and I'm hopeful that more positive outcomes are going to come out of this, but we're going to have to see. And best believe I will keep tabs on the situation and the process coming out, as, you know, the industry professionals that have trusted me do bring me updates, so I'm very thankful for that. Anyway, with that being said, I am elated to hear that news, but I'm also speculative and awaiting for more. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for your support. I love you all, and thank you so much for all of the new people following this channel. I'm committed to the truth. I'm committed to concreteness. So, you know, we will continue down that journey on this channel. And once again, I am just ecstatic that at least there's some attention to it. With that, I will catch you guys in the next video.